Hey VC, it's Jonathan. I hope everybody's doing well out there today. It's been a while since I've done my last video. It's been a month. I did a couple of the tag videos since then, but showing new records, this has been about a month. If you saw my last new video finds, it was called Minty Vinyl, and I talked about how I went to a friend's place and bought a bunch of his records. He had a bunch of super high-end equipment and some beautiful recordings. I bought like 22 of them. I went home. 2-3 days later, I went back. I bought the whole rest of his collection. I sold a lot of it since then, so I've managed to sell enough that what I'm showing and what I have, I basically didn't pay anything for. So I basically sold enough to cover my costs. So everything I'm showing didn't cost me a dime, which is really nice. Really high-end stuff, mostly audiophile recordings. I got a lot to go through, so I think we should get right on it. First one is a woman jazz singer or folk singer, woman singer. Not that well known, but known in certain circles, and it's Eva Cassidy. Eva was a singer out of Washington, D.C., never really made a name for herself until she passed away from cancer, then got sort of discovered in England, even though she was from the United States, and became big in England, and then came over, then all of a sudden she started becoming big here in the States. This is her album, Songbird. It's basically, I think it's a compilation of a number of her different recordings, and if you don't know her, she's fantastic. Does one song everyone would know, of course, is Over the Rainbow. She also does People Get Ready, which is a fantastic version of that. Autumn Leaves, Wade in the Water. Eva Cassidy. This is on 180 gram, HQ, blah, blah, blah. Mastered by Kevin Gray, which is very nice. There's the label if you really care about the labels. But definitely recommend, if you don't know Eva Cassidy, check her out. She had an amazing voice. While we're doing the females, here's another one I picked up from my buddy. This one is a woman that a lot of people are torn about. Most people love her, some people can't stand her. I'm a big fan. And of course, it's Janice Joplin, a Big Brother and the Holding Company. Like I always say, I'm old enough and lucky enough, I got to see her 3 times. This was recorded at Winterland in 1968. 2-record set. Live recording. I was sort of skeptical because I'm always worried a lot of these live recordings don't really come across well. But this one is actually, I mean, it's not audiophile, but it's pretty good. 2-record set. Oh, I see here it's a numbered, limited edition to 4,000, and it's numbered 1949, which is my birth year, so maybe that means something. Probably means I got the 1,949th version of it. Black vinyl. Most of his stuff that I got from him is in black vinyl. He really wasn't big on collecting colored vinyl issues, so whenever there's an album I see that has a chance of being colored vinyl or black vinyl, almost all the ones he had are black vinyl, which is absolutely fine with me. This one also came with the booklet. There's Janice. And on the back it has a history of the band, who played in the band in different segments of the band's history. Pretty cool. There's some nice pictures inside. So, really happy that I picked this one up. Next one is a woman I'd never heard of before, but he said you gotta check her out. Another woman jazz singer, and I was amazed at how great it is. Woman's name is Atwood. This is Always, the Ballad Sessions, and Groove Note Records, serial number, also a limited edition numbered series, 2 records, and just a really beautiful voice, more bluesy jazz, which appeals to me a lot. I should have looked up the date on this. Oh, 2004. Definitely, if you're into women singers and like jazz women singers, check out Eden Atwood. Next one is, again, nothing super special, but to me, she's great. I love her. Is Bonnie Raitt. And this is Nick of Time. This is from 1999. Came with the inner sleeve, etc. Love Bonnie Raitt. Saw her a number of times back in the day, in the late mid-70s. Fantastic. And then this one is another super special album. There's a woman singer, soul singer. Her name is Barbara Lynn. Here's Barbara Lynn. Left-hand guitar player and singer and songwriter. Love the inner sleeve in her picture. It's great. Put out on Atlantic Records. This is Light in the Attic recording, a re-release. You might know her song, You'll Lose a Good Thing. That was sort of her minor hit for her. But I just love this album. It is so great. And it is re-released. The recording is just really superb. And it's virtually mint. I mean, it's amazing how good he kept his collection. Original release 1968. Here's Barbara Lynn. Next one, I had this record already, but this was a different version and cleaner than mine. So it's Sinatra at the Sands, and this is a mono issue. I had the stereo, and the mono, this one that he had is cleaner than the one I had. So I decided I would switch it around and keep the good one and get rid of the other one. There you go. Mono with Frank's picture on it. This is a great album, At the Sands. Again, this is probably recorded in the 60s, I'm thinking. Again, I didn't do my research all that well, did I? Doesn't say here. But does all his great... Count Basie, arranged by Quincy Jones. Come Fly With Me. I've Got You Under My Skin. Fly Me to the Moon. Get Me to the Church on Time. Making Whoopee. Angel Eyes. My Kind of Town. Fantastic album. Frank Sinatra. While we're doing classic albums, this one I never had. Simon & Garfunkel in Central Park. I was actually living in Brooklyn when this happened. My son was like a month old, about 1 month old. So my wife said, we can't go to the concert. I said, we can't take a 1 month old to a concert with 200,000 people? She goes, I don't think so. So we didn't go. But I was living in Brooklyn then, and everybody knows this concert, and I was so glad to have it on vinyl. And it came with the booklet, like all the records I got from him came with. So really happy to have that. And there's the crowd of people in Central Park. And this was September 1981. My son was born in August 81. Simon & Garfunkel, Central Park. Next one is one of my favorite musicians. We lost him about a year or two ago, and it's the great Dr. John. Again, this is a record I already had, but this was cleaner, newer, and it's one of the few that he had that was in colored vinyl. So it's a repress on Atlantic, on Atco. And a great album. I love this record. Right Place, the Wrong Time is the lead song on here. Such a Night's on here. Cold, Cold, Cold. Just a great album. So I'm really happy to have a really nice, clean copy of this one. Let's see. 1973. The Doctor. Trifold. 1, 2, 3. Dr. John. Next is a group I never heard of, but since I bought everything he had, I listened to it and decided I can't sell this because I really liked it. A group called Vintage Trouble. This is one of their albums called One Hopeful Road. And this is called The Bomb Shelter Sessions. Soul, blues, really good. I'm really impressed with them. I like them a lot. Great label. Vintage Trouble. Again, this is from 2016, it looks like. Produced by Don Was, who is now the head of Blue Note Records. Anyway, I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed this album. This one is from 2011. The other one is 2012. As you see, it's still in shrink. Really enjoyed the heck out of these. There's the band. This one, I'd seen this record. I knew of the band, but I'd never listened to them. And again, another nice surprise. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. It's The Church. I know they were big. This is like 1998, 1988. I can't read anymore. My eyes are going. Yeah, great album. The Church, Starfish. This came with the original inner sleeve, which is nice. Nothing special, a regular Arista record label. But, yeah, I just wasn't sure what to expect from this. And I liked it a lot. Number 1. For The Church. Next one is a band I really enjoyed. And didn't have any of their albums, so since it was there, I picked it up. The Old Crow Medicine Show. Really nice alt country, I guess you would call them. Or, what's the other term they use? I can't think of the name right now. Anyway, Old Crow Medicine Show. Roots music. There you go, roots music. Came with a lyric sheet, and you all know I love my lyric sheets. 2-record set. And again, in near mint condition. Nothing special on the label, but that really good. I really enjoyed the heck out of this one. Old Crow Medicine Show, a little roots music for you. Speaking of the same genre, we have Dawes. And this is All Your Favorite Bands. This one I liked. I didn't go head over heels on it. I'm going to listen to it a couple more times before I decide to keep it in my collection or not. But first listen I thought was pretty good. Again, it's sort of that rootsy kind of music. And then a band from Canada, which I didn't know anything about, and really happy, because I really enjoyed the heck out of this one, is Blue Rodeo. I didn't realize they're a Canadian band. I guess they are. This was 1988, 89. 2-record set. And again, very much that rootsy alt country kind of look to them. Came with the lyric sheet and inner picture. And this is in red vinyl, fancy schmancy. Here you go. Blue Rodeo. So if you like that rootsy country, alt country kind of music, I thought these guys are really good. They did a great job. And again, real happy to have this in my collection. I'm sure my friends up in Canada are well aware of Blue Rodeo. All right, we'll do that later. This one, I know this album and I love it. I love the movie, but I'm always hesitant when it comes to picture discs. So I was like, really? A picture disc? But it's Oh Brother Where Art Thou? And a 2-record set. And I took it out and played it, and it sounds so much better than I anticipated. I wasn't expecting it to sound really good at all, but it sounds really good. I mean, it's not the audiophile super fancy grade, but boy, very playable, super clean, and we all know the soundtrack to this great movie. One of my favorite movies. and a great, great soundtrack. A funny story about the soundtrack to this movie, when they were shooting the movie, the lead, what's his face, George Clooney, said, I can sing, so I can sing. They said, really? He goes, yeah, yeah. So they recorded him singing one of the songs in the movie, and then they played it back to him, and he said, maybe I can't sing. They got other people in to record over it, so when you see him singing, that is not George Clooney singing in the movie. He attempted to do it, but I was glad to see that he knows enough about himself to know that he can't sing. I know I can't sing, but I would never even attempt. This one, another great album by, again, it's a band that is always controversial, but I have a special place in my heart for them, and it's Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. And this is Uncle Meat, 2 LPs, and a nifty 12-page booklet. And the booklet is in there. Uncle Meat. It's recorded, I'm going to say early 70s, late 60s. No date on reprise. Uncle Meat, Zappa, Jimmy Collins, Jimmy Carl Black, Roy Estrada, Ian Underwood, etc., on the Bizarre reprise label. 1968. So, early Frank Zappa stuff, but really good. Got to be in the mood for it, but love me some Uncle Meat. There you go. Next one was a fantastic album, and this is an amazing recording. Sounds fantastic. It's Eric Clapton and Unplugged. Again, a 2-record set. And we all know this one. We've heard it a million times. With Before You Accuse Me, Tears in Heaven, Nobody Knows You When You're Down Now, that different version of Layla, San Francisco Bay Blues, etc., etc. And there's the Eric Clapton Unplugged label. A great record, and the recording, this pressing of it is just top-notch, really fantastic. So real happy to have this. Listened to this a couple times already, and every time I listen to it, I'm impressed by how great it sounds. This one, I didn't know it. I never saw this actually before this, and it's the great Jeff Beck live at Ronnie Scott's. Ronnie Scott's is a club in London. Actually, we've been there a couple of times. Every time we go to London, I find an excuse to go to Ronnie Scott's. This is a 1, 2, 3 record set. Jeff Beck series of concerts at Ronnie Scott's in London, Soho, blah, 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 live in concert. It is, Joss Stone is a guest artist, as well as Eric Clapton. And for a live concert, it sounds awful good. And, you know, everyone knows Jeff can play like one of the greats. Got into a little jazzy stuff, but doesn't bother me at all. I really enjoyed that. So Jeff Beck live perform at Ronnie Scott's. Really good album. Next one is an audiophile pressing, 45 RPM of a great album, which of course everyone has. Everyone collects records has one, but don't have this particular recording of it. And it's The Doors' first album. And I was sort of skeptical because, you know, what do I need a 45 RPM press? Analog Productions. But boy, it sounds amazing. It's in stereo. I wish they had done it in mono. Wish they had the mono pressing, but it's a stereo pressing. And they used the old Elektra label, the Big E. But 45 RPM sounds amazing. So a great album, and making it sound even better than I remembered. And then finally, the last album is the only MoFi that I kept, and one of the great albums of all time, and it's Santana Abraxas. Santana, a fantastic band. Their first album was amazing, And I think this album is even better. There's the inside, and it's numbered, number 8278. Whether that matters or not, I have no idea. But again, the sound on this is mind-blowing, just mind-blowing. This is not 45 RPM, this is regular 33. But, man, it makes my system sound so much better than it is. Oh, and it even came with the original poster they had in the record. If I can open up without ripping it. The original Santana poster. So those are all the records that I picked up recently. I got so much more to show. I've been buying another collection I bought. I went to a yard sale where I bought a whole bunch of stuff this guy had. I got to make more videos. I haven't had a chance to do them all. Getting everything set up in this room becomes a real hassle for me, and I sort of get frustrated. I got to move lights, and it's not like some people just set it up, turn it on, and they're ready to go. I got to move things around, move chairs. It just becomes a real hassle. So I sort of been holding off doing more videos. But that's the last one that I've done for today. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate people taking their time out. And I want to thank all my new subscribers. I've gotten a bunch of new ones. I really appreciate that. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, make sure you hit the button down below and press that little bell so you'll be told about any new videos I have coming out. And to one of my people got in touch with me, Larry. Hope you're feeling better soon, man. Take care. And until next time, peace.